Walleye picked up a win at Kalamazoo last night. They remain on the road at Indy tomorrow, Fort Wayne on Saturday. Next home game, December 27th against Brampton. Toledo a sparkling at 9-1 at the Huntington Center. And earlier this week, when Matt Melzak visited Eric Haubert in studio, that stat set them down a rabbit hole of the good old bad days of Toledo hockey.
Yeah, they have been, and you have to tip your cap a lot to the fans too, with the amount of sellouts that have been already downtown again. I mean, it's ridiculous to the point where you're like, man, if you're a fan, you're going, boy, you got a Saturday night in Toledo. I better be getting my tickets now.
Yeah.
Same thing for December 27th. If you're thinking about it, that game has been a sellout each of the last couple of years that I can remember. I'd have to really think about it the last time it wasn't, a couple days after Christmas. So you may want to think about that. Right now, if you're planning on coming down with a family.
You know, guys like you and me who've been around here for a little bit, it means we're old. Remember back?
Well, that's you. Yeah.
Remember back to the sports arena days, and just, I mean, there was even a point where they're walking up and down the aisle, just handing tickets to people, saying, "Hey, come out to the game tomorrow night," because there would be nobody. I mean, it just seems like it was such a distant memory, but it really wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Matter of fact, had a great chat. I mean, obviously the two of the coaches that are going to be part of the All-Star game are the Tin Man, Jim McCabe,
oh my gosh, yeah.
and Rick Judson.
Yeah.
And you know, Rick Judson's going to be joining me on the broadcast, by the way, on the 27th,
okay,
which is going to be great. He's going into the ECHL Hall of Fame in January, so we're going to have a lot of fun with talking about that, and obviously already in the Toledo Hockey Hall of Fame, and a guy who played an awful lot of games at the sports arena.
Yeah.
I mean, those two guys are combined, what, 800 to 900 games at the sports arena? I mean, it's crazy.
Felt like it.
You know, but just chatting with those guys again on Sunday and just reliving that as they're standing out there ready to go on to the stage and they're looking up, you know, and just you know, that feeling of both of them would have loved to have played at the Huntington Center, right? And just, you know, but you remind those guys, the reason why we're in the Huntington Center is a lot of the time and effort that they put in out on the ice in the sports arena.
I still feel like Judson might want to go one more shift. I think you give him one shift, I think he could do it.
Yeah.
Nah,
well, you know what? I'll put that in the Rolodex of questions that I have for Rick when he's on. I'm going to say, hey, do you think you can get one more shift?
I think he could.